Hey, it's Luke with Oregon Home Inspections, and I am grateful and excited to be a part of your home buying experience. And if there's anything I can do to help you out or make your experience better, let me know. I'm here to help. That's just the kind of guy I am. Realtors, lenders, contractors, it goes for you too. If there's something I can do to help you make your job easier, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Two reasons for me creating this video were to help people understand the bells and whistles and to navigate the report, and secondly to take a deeper dive and to help buyers read and understand how and why I do things in the report so you can get the most out of it. If you weren't at the walkthrough, this will help you immensely. Once I've sent you the email, there'll be a PDF attachment to it, and when you open that, I recommend you use Adobe Acrobat Reader. I do provide a link for a free download, no association there with Adobe. You can use it on Mac, Mac Preview is what they use, and it will work. You just won't get the bells and whistles, the links and the videos and stuff. So take a second, download the link, and use Adobe and get the most out of it. So to get right to it, navigating is most easily done using the table of contents, where it's the table of contents in the report, or Adobe's table of contents. Secondly, Adobe has a thumbnail navigator you can use over here in the upper right. You can see toggling between those, and then you got your scroll in and zoom in and zoom out, and then lastly you can always navigate the PDF, because that's all it is a PDF. Which is nice to just organically move systematically through the report. Third page here, we got table of contents. In the report, we got table of contents that Adobe provides us, which is mirroring each other, which is beautiful. So if you're moving through here, you want to jump to the exteriors, you just simply click on the exteriors, and there we are. You're in the exterior section. All the photographs are at the top. They're nice, clean, crisp, very high detailed megapixel photos, and will definitely help you understand what I did during your home inspection. Then once you're in a section, you don't want to have to scroll all the way back up to the top, so you just use Adobe's table of contents here and click on that, and that's going to jump you around. So most people are probably going to get the report and they're going to scroll through it. This is the most organic and natural, systematic way, and I would encourage that. But once you figure it out and you need to jump around, hey, know that there's a fast and efficient way to navigate my reports. Now, a couple things I want to point out. First is going to be, let's go to this plumbing section, because it has a video in here. Not all inspections have videos, but if they do, you're going to see a photo with the word video up at the top. I try to put it in the caption as well, and all you gotta do is click on it. It's going to open up the video player on your computer. You can expand it by dragging a corner. The volume, you can turn it up and down here, and then just simply hit the play button, and you're going to see the video. A lot of times I do talk and narrate on that, so you might want to have your video up or your sound up. Upper left corner, the red X will close that out. If you got a sewer scope during your home inspection, which you should have, because it is such a major component of the house, you will want to make sure when you're in this sewer scope section that you see this YouTube video link here. So find the link, click on the link. It's going to open up one of your browser windows.
All right.
And it's going to start playing the YouTube video, which will have the footage. This will be how far I've gone from where I started, the time and the date, the play button. I'm not going to get into YouTube because most people know how to do that. So back to the report. Last thing I want to show you, let's go back to this photo because it was really good. I sometimes look and use this kind of view here because it kind of gives me more of a zoomed out, easy to look. So when you get zoomed out, sometimes the pictures get zoomed out, don't they? And so if you click on it, that does zoom in, expand this photo so you can get a better, closer look on it. So just clicking on the photo is going to make it expand. Just clicking on it again is going to make it go away. All right. So if you're eager to get going, if you've heard my other spiel on at the walkthrough about the report, feel free to just go ahead and take off. But if you want a deeper dive in there, hang around and let's take a look at the report in a more systematic, step-by-step way, because it's important for me that you know and use the report most effectively so you get the most out of it. Let's start back up here at this homepage, the cover page here, and here is our address. Here you can see that. Real quickly here, the client's name. These are going to be my licensing numbers. If there was an agent provided to me during the booking process, their name would be here and the date and time as well. Second page, understanding your report. This is kind of what I'm probably going to spend the most time on. So I just want you guys to understand the different colors and the definitions. Let me just point this out. Being the most buyer-friendly and easiest to read report in town, I use different colors, and I'm just going to paraphrase and kind of quickly go over these. I'll let you read them on your own in your own report. But black is scope of inspection, things I'm looking at. Blue are going to be those things, in my opinion, are lesser significance, maintenance, improvement kind of items, and information specific to your actual house. Red is going to be those things, in my opinion, are more significant deficiencies in the house. And it also just helps you extrapolate the most out of the report, just kind of get down to the meat of it. Red is relative to the age and the condition of the home, and it's very important that you understand that. So I use this example to help people. Is if this was a brand new house and the only thing was wrong or missing at the house was window screens, I would put that in red. It's not a hard fix. It's not the end of the world. It was just the most significant thing. And so that tells you as a reader that, hey, I'm getting the most out of this report. Read the report, but know that, if you got problems such as window screens missing, you have good problems to have. So that's kind of the colors. Read over that for a little bit more information. But here in the definition section, you're going to find my recommendations that I make, and the 3 most common recommendations are going to be further evaluation. And further evaluation is going to be those things that question marks that I come across that I won't be able to answer, questions that I feel the seller probably knows the answer to because they've lived there a lot longer than I've been there. Correction and further evaluation, just what it is, it needs to be corrected, and the area and the home needs to be further evaluated for similar conditions or issues that might have been caused as a result of what I've noticed. For instance, like there was a roof leak. Well, was there any dry rot associated with that? So that's the further evaluation piece of that comment. And then you got monitoring, and that's just kind of, that's self-explanatory as well. And the example I like to use for that is if the foundation was cracked, that's kind of like a wear and tear kind of item. 99% of the time, that's not a problem. And so I'll put monitoring beside that. It's not something that needs to be fixed, but it's something that could potentially be a problem in the future. So I want, most importantly, to let you know that I saw it, I identified it, I assessed it, and my recommendation is just to monitor it. And so now it's on your radar, and you can keep an eye on it. And in most cases, cracks in foundations are just settling cracks, and they're never anything more than that. So keep up your drainage and keep an eye on things, and you usually have no problems. So just moving back here, we're looping around now. I'm gonna kind of speed up, but these are the table of contents. Again, we have it over here, and so let's go to plumbing. And when you get to a section, you'll know I use different colors per section. So for instance, this is the electrical section. It's in green, and then plumbing has a blue banner, so that's going to help you when you're scrolling through. But each section will be identified by the name of the section in all capital letters at the top of the page. So when you come to a different one, you'll know that you've entered to a different section. All the pictures will be at the top. It's just cleaner that way. It's easier for you to read that way. It consolidates the pictures, and then it separates the comments. So when you're moving back and forth between pictures and comments, you don't get confused. and believe me, it happens. So you can see photos do have captions, and when we get down to the comments in the report, we can see I have black, and we know that's scope of inspection because we went over that earlier. And in this case, faucets were inspected, fixtures were inspected, functional flow and dielectric connections, leaks, cross connections, main shutoff valves for the house. So you please call me if you have questions, but you can also check right here and see if there's something that I inspected that you were wondering about. You will have sections like this, usually identified with the lines, and usually a yes or no, a simple kind of insert that I put there. So a lot of times these are kind of the frequently asked questions. And so over the years, I just added the frequently asked questions into the report because they were part of the inspection report and everybody was asking those questions. So I put them in there, and now people can see those, and they don't have to waste their time wondering if I inspected them or not. It can also be descriptive. In this case, it's description of what kind of material the drain line was made out of, what kind of material the water lines were made out of. And those are kind of things I have to point out by law. So this is a great section here because we have correction to further evaluation in blue, and then we have it in red down here. And so the blue items are going to be those, again, that are lesser significance. And so you can see restricted flow, that's going to be the defective condition bulleted here. All these are going to be bullets, and these are going to be the defect. There's some damaged plumbing, slow draining water, and a sink. And so then you have the @ symbol, and the @ symbol is going to identify the location. So for instance, this house only had one bathroom, but if it was a larger house, I would put restricted water flow, and it would be at the bathtub and the upstairs guest bathroom. And so you would know where to look and send the plumber, whatever the case is. So not all comments have a picture, but usually the red ones do. So again, finding the comment, looking at the photo, it's just a great way to bring you into the home inspection experience. We've gone over videos, we've gone over enlarging photos, we've gone over links such as those in the sewer camera section. I do put some information on smoke alarms in here just for safety. And just a side note, if you got neighbors or family members that are older, those are the homes that I find have expired smoke alarms or no CO detectors. So if you know anybody like that, take a moment, go knock on their door, and just make sure they're safe over there. Smoke alarms are inexpensive, and if somebody needs one, give me a call. I'll get you one. Especially if you have a neighbor or something, I'll go over there and put it in for them. Last thing I just want to point out, kind of let you guys know about, was the Oregon Standards of Practice. And you probably have seen this before because I did send it with your inspection agreement and with the email when you scheduled your inspection was scheduled. And so these are just going to be the things that define a home inspection in the state of Oregon. As a home inspector, these are the requirements I have to follow in order to be within the guidelines of producing and doing a home inspection and as a home inspector. And so take a minute to understand those and realize I'm grateful for Oregon for doing this. It really has helped set people's expectations, because a home inspection to one person might be different than a home inspection to somebody else. And so this kind of gets everybody on the same playing field and having the same understanding of what was done and what wasn't done. So take a minute to read that if you haven't. Lastly, I'd just like to, again, thank you for using my services, for having me do the inspections. And I would ask that if you know anybody that needs a home inspection, please share my information. I'm a small business. That's word of mouth is what is a big part of how I get business. So thank you. And if you have any questions, please give me a call. My number's right there at the top of the report.